Welcome back to SnowRunner, everybody. So this is just going to be a controller episode, and it was really just because I just didn't feel like dragging my wheel upstairs. But I'm kind of glad I didn't, because when I started up SnowRunner, I do what I always do. I go into the mod browser first, make sure my three main truck mods are active and enabled, being the 750, the Zeek 605R, and the Zeek 612H, the Mastodon. And they were all fine. And then I don't even hit continue. I always go to load game and then load the game from there. But when I opened the load game menu, it said mod truck was missing. So I backed out, went back to the mod browser. Everything was fine. Went back into load game and it was fine. So I loaded the game and it popped me into the garage. And if you remember at the end of last episode, this is where I ended the episode and quit the game. So for some reason, I don't know why, I never loaded the game without the mod being active, but it still deleted this truck, and I lost the two hay bales that were on the back of it. So I had to go all the way back, I had to reset preventative care, drive all the way back over there, pick up two hay bales, because the four that were on the trailer never got deleted. Had to go back and pick up the two hay bales, and then came all the way back, and now we're here. So it really sucks. Like, I had two of these trucks, so both of them are gone. So that's, I believe you lose the money from it. I don't know for sure. I don't know. I have plenty of money. It's fine. It's just irritating, man. I just don't understand why that happens. And I mean, I guess it's, that's the risk you take if you use mods, but it's still just really annoying that, like, I didn't even load the game and it still deleted it. It just doesn't make sense to me. I just don't get that. I've been trying, like, it hasn't happened for a while, and especially since I've been, every time I start the game, I always check the mod browser and make sure everything is loaded and everything is active. And it's mainly just these three mods. So these are really the only three mods I use, other than the trailer. But that's never an issue. But like, I don't know. It's just annoying. It's always the 750 or this one too. I don't know why. I don't know if there's like been an update to this truck recently, and it was just updating, and that's what freaked it out and made it delete it. I don't know. I really don't know. But it's really annoying when it happens, especially if I have cargo on the truck and then I lose the cargo and have to reset it, because this is cargo that you can only get once. Like, you can't pick it up as many times as you want. So I had to reset it. Hopefully these other four still work, because they didn't get like taken away from me, but it did reset all six into the field. So I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't still work, but you never know with SnowRunner. Holy shit, what the fuck? Physics in this game sometimes are so crazy. Holy shit. So anyway, that was my rant for the first, what, 3 minutes or so. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get as much as I can done in this episode. It's gonna be a shorter episode, like they usually are, because I only do the longer episodes when I use my wheel. But I just really wasn't in the mood to drag my wheel upstairs, and it's already kind of late, so I don't know, it just wasn't worth it to me. And like I said, I'm glad I didn't, because if I would have gotten to the game with my wheel set up and then realized I had to do all that, I would have just been pissed and literally not wanted to even play for an hour. Like, I would have just been so annoyed. Because, I mean, fixing that issue took an extra 15 minutes that I didn't want to have to do. So it's just, I lost basically 15 minutes of time I wanted to get recording, and now it's just going to be 15 minutes later in the night. So it's whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just frustrating when that kind of stuff happens. I don't know if I would have had the cargo unpacked if when the truck deleted it would just drop the cargo. I think it would, so I might try that next time. Yeah, that's fine. I might try that next time if I have cargo on this truck and I'm gonna quit the game for the night or whatever. I'm gonna unpack it, so that way if I do lose the truck, I think it would just drop the cargo to the ground. I don't think it would delete the cargo, but you never know, I guess. Alright, so now we just have the timber. So I think what we should do is do the planks first. And then I'll do the logs later. So yeah, we need 2 long planks and 2 medium planks, basically, right? Yeah. I'm obviously not going to be able to get that all in one load. I guess I probably could. I'd have to stack. And that never really works out very well for me. Especially multiple stacks. We're probably just going to do it in 2 trips. We'll see if I can get these two plank trips done. And depending on how much time we have left, I'll see if I can get the logs done. And that would be, if I can get these done, that would be the ultimate goal. But I don't think it's going to happen in the shorter episode. So we'll at least see if we can get the planks done. And if we're at 30 minutes by that point, then we're just going to end the episode, because there's no real point in trying to do anything else, because it's just going to take too long. So I promise we will finish out this region with the wheel. And I really do want to play with the wheel 90% of the time. It's just sometimes it doesn't work out. It's just the reality of life. So anyway, let's talk about something else. The wife and I watched this documentary on Netflix called Till Murder Do Us Part, like Soaring versus Haysom or whatever. And that is some wild, wild shit. It's like a true crime documentary about this couple that murdered her parents in 1985 in Virginia. Shit's wild. And honestly, like, it's not that far from where I live. It's probably only about, I guess, like a 5-hour drive-ish from where I live. So it's pretty crazy. I mean, obviously it happened before I was even born. I was born in 90. This happened in 85, but it's so crazy. They were like 2 extremely bright, like smart college kids. They had like the guy was German. He was a German diplomat. His father had to move to Atlanta, so that's how he came to the U.S. And then he got into University of Virginia on a full scholarship and like this special program. And she was in the special program, but not on a full scholarship. But either way, they were both extremely smart. And like, it's so crazy. Like, they each had their own story for who killed her parents, and it's just so wild. Like, it's so wild. You'd have to watch it. But I mean, like, it wasn't just like murdering their parent. Like, her parents were like mutilated, like throats completely like slit, like almost decapitated, like larynx cut. You know, like, I need to turn there, I think. Oh no, I need to go to Sawmill. So yeah, I didn't even activate this. But yeah, so like, and then they were stabbed, like each of them were stabbed like 30 plus times, like crazy. Like, it wasn't just like a, you know, a gunshot or like anything like that. Like, they were like brutally murdered, like Jack the Ripper style murdered. Shit's wild. And this was in 1985. Like, that's just crazy. And they didn't even like fully do DNA tests and stuff until like 2016, because obviously back in 85 they didn't really have that capability to do DNA testing. But like, it's just crazy. And then like, they still never, both of them have been released from prison, and sent back. Her family was Canadian, but like they lived here, and then like obviously his family was German. They were both sent back to their country, so he was sent back to Germany, she was sent back to Canada. They're never allowed in the U.S. ever again in their lifetimes. But they were basically like freed from prison, and as far as I know, I don't think they had any kind of like probation or like parole period. I mean, they were let out on parole, but I don't know that they had to follow any like things. I don't know if they had like a parole officer or whatever. He was sent back to Germany, so I don't even know how Germany does their stuff, but right, medium planks. So yeah, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they were just like released because like they had all this like DNA evidence that they could run then, and like it didn't prove anything different, but it was just kind of like they had already served like 30 plus years in prison, so it was kind of like, what the hell, let's just let them go. It's so weird. I don't know. Shit was wild though. If that kind of stuff interests you, definitely watch it. It's pretty crazy. It does have a lot of like photos and stuff of the actual crime scene, so if that kind of stuff makes you queasy or uncomfortable, then obviously that's your warning. But it does have pictures of them literally laying on the floor in this house, and there's blood everywhere. It's pretty gruesome. So I don't know, we like watching that kind of stuff. It's just interesting. Netflix does those kinds of things really well too, like the whole true crime documentaries and whatever else, like Tiger King, and the one that was like the first one that they ever did that was really popular back during, I think it was back during COVID. Was it? Or no, actually it wasn't. It was way before that. This was like back in like 2018, I think. But it was a guy. Oh shit, where was it? It was. What was the name of that? I can't think of it, but it was about some lady or young woman was murdered. And the guy claimed he didn't do it, but he had, like, I don't know. It was weird. But that was in like, it was in one of the northern states. It was really cold, like Wisconsin or like Michigan, one of those states up there. If you know what I'm talking about, obviously comment it below, but I can't remember the name of it. But then like the Murdaugh murders, that was a really good one. I don't know, we've watched a lot of the big ones, but all right, where are we going? First house is there. Second house is there. Okay, so is there any way to get over here? No, so I have to go down this road. I don't know, that it was just really, it was wild. Like the way that they would talk, and like, I don't know, like it was just, I don't know how to explain it. It was so, like, they were so smart that like they thought that they could like talk themselves out of anything. Oh god. I knew that was gonna happen. Why does this truck seem so out of control now? I don't understand that. Like, it's never been this way. All of a sudden, it feels so out of control. I don't know if it's because I have this different gearbox on here. Maybe the other gearbox is better. But like, this has happened so much. And like, I realize I'm going fast on asphalt. Like, I don't discount that. I know that's dangerous to do. What is happening here? I know that's dangerous to do in SnowRunner, so it's my own fault, really. that that's happening, but come on. Please pack. Why? I swear, this is the kind of stuff that just irritates the hell out of me. Like, it just takes so much time to fix, and it's so frustrating. Oh. Especially these really long cargoes. It just makes it such a pain. I want this. Actually, you know what it is? It's this fucking trailer. It's another reason why I don't like this trailer. Because it gets so squirrely on you if you go fast. The 4-slot is just the best one. Nothing beats the 4-slot trailer. By far. It is 100% the best one. Alright. It also doesn't help that this is like downhill. I don't know, it was bad from the start. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. We may not even get the planks done. We'll see if we can at least get the planks done though, because that's kind of the goal here, and that took time to fix that mistake. So. But yeah, I'm thinking if we get this done, we get the planks done, we can finish the logs in the next episode, which hopefully we'll be using the wheel. And then, really all we'll have left is all the firefighting stuff. Because I think that's all we have for that. Oh, we still have to search for the fires and put out the fires, yeah. Which, that's fine. That's probably going to take 2 episodes in itself to do all of that. Because we'll have to do the logs for both of these tasks in the next episode, and then we'll probably do the seismic vibrator one to unlock everything else, and then we'll knock out the last few, or see if we can knock out the last contracts in one more final episode. So hopefully we have this episode and then like 2 more hour-long wheel episodes after this, and that should be Ontario complete. That's just all speculation. It could take longer. Who knows? I don't think I've ever come down here. I haven't had to yet. So this is a whole new path. Oh, another thing I want to mention about the that documentary I was talking about. The they both spent like 30 some years in prison, but he literally spent I think it was 33 years, 6 months, and like 25 days or something in prison. And like it's kind of funny because like that's almost the exact age that I am. Like, I was born in April, so like April of 1990. So I'm 33, obviously, but like October is like 6 months from April, and then we're already like 5 days in November. So it's not totally, it's not exact, but it's pretty close. I was born on the 24th, so. But it's just crazy. Like he was in prison for as long as I'm alive, and like that's just crazy to think about. Because like when I think about like my childhood, or like as far back as I can remember being a kid, that just seems so incredibly long ago. And like I could not imagine spending that amount of time in prison. Like that's just, it's like unfathomable. I cannot even comprehend that. It's crazy. And just like even when I think about like a short period of time, like we'll say like 6 years, like my oldest son, like that doesn't feel like that long ago. Like I remember being in the hospital when he was born. Like it doesn't feel like 6 years ago, almost 7 now. But like, I don't know, that's just crazy to think that he spent that long in prison. I don't know, it's wild. I mean, I know there's plenty of people that spend that long amount of time in prison. There's people that have been in prison for 50 plus years, even longer than that, especially in the United States. But it's just so crazy to think about. I don't know. It's definitely one place I don't ever want to be. Prison. My father was actually a correctional officer for 30 years. So that helps too, because I've heard some stories. He's retired now, but all right. I think we have, yeah, we're still gonna go do the other one. Let's go ahead and activate it. So we're gonna go ahead and do this, even though it's gonna run over 30 minutes, but that's okay. This is just kind of the goal for this episode, to get these planks, and then next episode we'll finish the logs. And then, like I said, we will do the seismic vibrator thing to find the underground fires, and then that will unlock the last 2 contracts. So then we'll be able to knock out those, because we have one firefighting contract that we can do, and then there's the seismic vibrator one that unlocks the other 2 firefighting contracts. So we'll do that, and then we'll have those 3 final firefighting contracts to complete, and then that'll be it. We can move on to British Columbia, which I'm pretty excited about. I'm really pumped for Scandinavia, but like I got to get through British Columbia first, obviously. I really wonder what the final region is going to be. I mean, I assume it's going to be 4 maps too, which, oh, they take forever to do. But why did that happen? I don't understand what is happening with this truck. Why is it driving like shit? It's so strange. It's either this gearbox or it really is this trailer. I don't know. It's just like sliding all over the place. And yes, I know the ZHM tires are the best tires for the Zeeks trucks. I am fully aware of that, but this is a modded version of the 685R, and these tires have basically the same stats, and I like the way they look, so that's why I use them. I fucking swear to God, I never get stuck like this. What is happening? I never have issues driving this truck. I don't know what is going on. It's gotta be this gearbox. There's no other explanation. This gearbox is like the only real thing I've changed. And it's making my life so difficult. I cannot get off this freaking guardrail. God, it's so frustrating, man. Like, I'm sorry, this big-ass truck in real life would just totally destroy that guardrail. Would it fuck the truck up? Probably. But it wouldn't just totally, like, ruin your life. Oh my God, come on. I really don't understand, like, what is happening. I mean, the truck's, like, almost totally destroyed, too. Maybe I'm just, like, actually, you know what it might be? I may just not be used to playing with a controller. And that's what the problem is. Because I have been playing with a wheel a lot lately. So it may just be that, like, I'm not used to playing with a controller. I mean, the setting is on steering wheel, so it is auto-centering my tires. But, like, why am I sliding so much? Like, that's so weird. This truck never did that before. Maybe I don't have the right tires on. I swear these are the ones I've always used, though. I don't know. But like I said, I know about the ZHM tires. That's irrelevant for this truck, for this modded version. But I swear these are the ones I've always used. It just feels so... It feels like I'm driving on ice, which I know that's how asphalt kind of acts with mud tires, but it's just... I don't know. Something feels off for some reason. This is probably still going to be a 45-minute long episode. Which isn't really what I want to do, but... I would like to get these planks done. So that's what we're doing. I don't know where these houses are, though. Hopefully they're not, like, super far away. Alright, so same thing, one long planks, one medium planks. He's that big boy still sitting there, yeah. Whoops. That's fine. How do I... Oh, what am I thinking? Remove. I know those are sitting there, and I don't need them, so... Kind of annoys me when there's just random cargo sitting around, so... Considering there's unlimited planks here, I don't care about that. Such a weird setup. What was I doing with that? Why was I using that? That's strange. I guess maybe it made sense for whatever I had to do, but I typically like to use... Ooh, excuse me. I typically like to use the semi-trailers for carrying logs that come in the Olsom's trailer pack. So I don't know why I had that setup going on the Mastodon, but we'll probably use that truck for the logging bit. But I don't know, maybe we'll just use this one. Doesn't really matter. I think I'll be able to get the logs done in 3 trips. Because I think Timber for the Locals 1 also needs 1 set of medium logs. So I can get that in 1 trip. Because I have a trailer that can do 2 loads. And then the short logs, I have a trailer that can do 3 at one time. And then I think the other one is long logs, which is just a one set of long logs. And I have a trailer that does that as well. Which, granted, the long log trailer, the vanilla one, it only holds 1 load, but this is just a semi-trailer that just holds a load of long logs. So yeah, if that is if I'm remembering correctly, then it should only take 3 trips for the logs. And the sawmill's not that far away either, so it's a little bit further than the sawmill. Or I think I said the sawmill. The log station is not that far away. It's definitely further than the sawmill, but it's still not that far. Okay, so we need to go... 3rd house is right there, and the 4th house is right there. Oh, that's going to be relatively easy. So we just need to go this way. Let me just map this so I can just get there and get it delivered. And then we're going to come back. Shit. And then we'll come back to here and we'll go this way. Cross. Okay. It shouldn't take long. It's still gonna probably take about 10 minutes, but I was just hoping they weren't like all the way in the other corner of the map. That would have sucked. Let's also not get too crazy coming down this hill and dump our long planks, because that sucks. don't know if I mentioned this at all. Can't remember when I actually platinumed Syndicate, but I did platinum Assassin's Creed Syndicate with my 70th platinum, so that's exciting. I am almost done with the Jack the Ripper DLC as well. I finished the story, I just need to basically clear everything on the maps and get 100% sync. And then there's a couple other like combat specific trophies, but they're not too hard to obtain. So I should be done with that soon, and next is Origins, which is another one that I had started years ago and never finished. It's kind of crazy that I platinumed the PS4 version of this game a while back, and then the PS5 version came out, and I basically auto-popped this platinum, but I had a couple that were bugged, so I did have to play. That's kind of why I started a new save file anyway, because, well, one, I wanted to be able to play SnowRunner while I wasn't recording it, just because I was enjoying playing SnowRunner again. And two, I obviously wanted to get the Platinum trophy again, even though I basically auto-popped it by just, you know, loading my save file on the PS4, or from PS4 to the PS5. But the Own All American Trucks trophy didn't pop, so I had to just start a new game and then buy all the American trucks again, which I just did New Game Plus and just did it real quick, and I got them all pretty easily. So technically, I guess, I don't know, it's kind of a gray area. Technically it was an auto pop, but it didn't totally auto pop, so I did have to do a little bit of work to get this platinum for the PS5 version. But whenever I did that, this was my 50th platinum, which I wasn't really thinking at the time, because at the time I was playing Hogwarts Legacy. And granted, keep in mind, I understand the PS5 version has been out for a while now. I didn't ever get back into playing SnowRunner until around that time. Kind of around whenever I had started uploading it again, or started uploading SnowRunner, and then just whatever, I was just playing it. But anyway, Hogwarts Legacy was out at that time, and I was like, oh man, Hogwarts Legacy is going to be my 50th platinum. And then I had started playing SnowRunner again, and I basically auto-popped this, and then I was like, shit, that just made this my 50th platinum. So, but it's still kind of crazy to think about that Hogwarts Legacy came out this year in 2023, and that was my 51st platinum, and I've gotten, what, 19 more platinums since then. It's pretty wild. I'd like to try to get to 80 by the end of the year, but I don't know if I will. I mean, that's not that unreasonable. 100 is definitely out of the question. There's no way I could platinum 30 games. 30 legitimate games in that amount of time. I'm not going to go for games that are easy. I'm not a shovelware kind of person. I'm not going to play My Name is Mayo. I'm not going to do any of that shit. I play games that I enjoy, and I platinum games that I enjoy. That's really it. I don't just play games just to get the platinum for them. I have to actually, like, want to play the game and enjoy the game to really want to do that. Alright, there we go. Now let's just check here. So yeah, long logs. Oh no, short logs. Okay. So I was wrong, but that's alright. It shouldn't take us too long to get the logs done for these. And then we will, here, I'm just actually gonna detach that, delete that, and let's just recover. And we'll put a low saddle on. And a log loader crane. We'll leave the garage, and we will just go ahead. I mean, it doesn't matter which one we do first. Let's just do the short logs, because we are going to need to do 2 trips of short logs, so we'll just get the short log semi. Oh, maybe it's not this. I thought I could do it on this one. I think I have another trailer mod that does that. I'll have to activate that one, and I'm going to use that one because it's just going to make it so much easier. I hate logging, like it's such a pain in the ass. So I try to make it easier for myself. So next episode, I should have the other mod active. I just don't have it active. I only have it because I can't use Olsom's trailer mod if I play with my son on his Switch. Like if we do multiplayer and he, crossplay, he's on the Switch, I'm on the PS5. Olsom's isn't on the Switch, so he can't use it. So I have another one that allows me to, use some better trailers. But anyways, besides the point, I'll activate that one and we will have it in the next episode, and we will do these logs, and then we will work on this one, searching for the underground fires, and that should do it for that episode, and then we'll be able to get these 3 done in the final episode. That's the goal. Hopefully it happens. If not, no big deal. We'll just keep making episodes till we're done with this region. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to, and I will catch you in the next episode. Have a good one.